Hey, everybody, welcome to another edition of the America Guns and Freedom podcast with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. As always, this is just a conversation between myself and my viewers. You determine what we talk about. If you have questions or comments you want to address, send them to me. You can send me questions via the live chat. You can send them to me via email at shootingleftofcenter@gmail.com. Or if you want to donate to the Pets and Vets Fund, help out with the shortfall, you can donate through the Phil, Tithe, and P&V Super Chat and giveaway link at the top. If you're watching this live, if you're not watching it live, you can always do a super thanks if you would like, and you'll get the same entries into giveaways, drawings, etc. I like to start usually by reading the names of people that have bought merchandise over the last 24 hours. And we've actually got two. We got Ray Lauderback. I don't know how you say that. He got the I'm a Grown Ass Man shirts. Just got my little logo with the I'm a Grown Ass Man. I don't know if I've sold any of those up until now. So at least now I know I've sold at least one. And also Donald Googly Goo got the guns don't kill people, the government does. Coffee mug. See, people don't tend to get enough coffee mugs. You know, everybody needs coffee mugs. Get some of mine. I think mine are cool. And I'll tell you, they hold up well. I've got the Bigfoot one, the best gun for Bigfoot one. I've watched that thing 100 times. Still look like it's brand new. I've had some that, you know, you get them and they peel off so quick or they fade so quick. That one is holding up really, really, really good, I'll say. But thanks to those two people for buying merchandise and helping support the channel. That money from merchandise goes to TYMP and Handguns for Heroes, by the way, which I did not get that set up today. I need to do that. I forgot. I forgot a lot of things. I had to be reminded that I left the video live last night, too. But if you want to help the channel, if you want to help any of the programs we run, go on over to my personal website, TYMPPP. No, that's not it. TYMPPistolproject.com. That's it. TYMPPistolproject.com. Go on over there. There's a link there where you can go to my Shopify store and buy merchandise like the Waddle. This is the Werewolf Anti-Defamation League shirt. You know, and this does not mean you support werewolves. This just means you're playing the long game. You're playing it smart. Because if werewolves see you wear this or see you have a coffee mug of it or a sticker of it on your car, they'll be like, oh, he supports werewolves. So we're not going to eat him. We'll eat his neighbor. So put you down the list. They're like, well, we won't eat him until we run out of other people. So you're hedging your bets. And then you also get a silver bullet and you're ready for them if they do come for you. And you can win one by donating. So go on over there, get some merchandise. You can also become a Subscribe Star member, a Patreon member. You can get all kinds of cool patches by doing that. Ones you can't get anywhere else, especially this one, the Mickey Mouse patch. That's very cool. So go on over, become a Patreon supporter, a Subscribe Star supporter. $2 a month don't mean nothing to you. I know you're not going to miss that, but a little animal in need might miss it, because if enough of you get together, you might think $2 nothing, but 100 of you get together, you might set a broken leg. You might get someone some parvo treatment. You know, you might save the life of an animal, and it only costs you $2. So go on over, become a member on Patreon, support the Pets and Vets program. If you want to support TYMPPP and Handguns for Heroes, become a Subscribe Star member. And you can also support Pets and Vets through Subscribe Star if you join the Fur Friends Defender tier. So please do that. And if you remember that tier and you need your patch, send me your email. I've asked 3 times now. With that being said, the other stuff you can do is go over and sign up. Make sure you're subscribed, but down there, click that join button or whatever it is. So you subscribe to my channel, and then click the bell and subscribe and select all notifications. If you select some, you'll get none. So select all. With that being said, let's go over and see if we got any questions coming in. What is today? Today is the 3rd. We got Sean Bain. Gerald Pompa, by the way, did his monthly donation. Sean Bain chimed in, paid his $2 tithe to Phil so he don't get Lyme disease, and said, got some new readers, can see the keyboard a lot better. Done with that talk to type stuff. Hail Phil. Well, good. Talk to type stuff sucks. And I never think to proofread it before I send it. I just talk it and send it. And then say some really heinous things to people sometimes. I have readers, but I always forget to get them. I forget where they're at. I don't use them. Hey, you Yankee, why is pompous chest beating bullshitting such a thing? My single favorite quote in Teddy Roosevelt's "Walk softly, carry big stick." It saddens me to see the state of things. Well, it's been amplified by the internet, because on the internet, the tiniest little pathetic pissant can be a big tough guy. You know, they can create fake personas for themselves on the internet. So it's become a thing. It's more prevalent now, I think, than it's ever been. So I think we can blame the internet for a lot of that, because it gives people that would not even look at you sideways in real life for fear of what you'd do to them. On the internet can suddenly be a tough guy. And I think that's contributed a lot to it. People live out their fantasies. They live through their avatars on the internet, and they act like that's a real person. And that makes the person they really are, feel a little better. That was Jeffrey Vaughn. And then we got Johnny Mandrick chiming in here. And he said, which government agency is more a circus, CDC, ICE, or DOJ? I'm going to say ICE probably, because that group does not seem to have any of their shit together. DOJ ain't great. The Center for Disease Control, there's nothing wrong with them. They're fine. It's the politicians who involve themselves in it that's the problem. The DOJ, probably same thing. If the politicians would stay out of it, they'd probably be fine. But, well, not real fine, because they'd be enforcing some pretty shitty laws. But ICE is just, they don't seem like they know what one hand is doing. The other, one hand doesn't know what the other's doing. It's just, and that Chrissy Noam or whatever her name is, she is not qualified to be doing nothing for nobody. I mean, maybe hand jobs in a Denny's parking lot. But other than that, she doesn't seem to be qualified to do anything. And I hate that bitch for shooting her dog. So fuck her. And remember, everybody, during the chat tonight, if you want to weigh in for the after chat, the shooting the shit topic, tonight's topic is, what are your hobbies other than guns and shooting? Let us know via the YouTube super chat. I think we're almost done here. We got one more. Dale Rickety chimed in. Dale Rickety, and said, Phil is my friend. Well, I guess he's not dead. We thought he was dead. Well, we've been a couple times now. We thought he was dead. We even planned his funeral last time. Remember, we were going to put him in a catapult and launch him out over the sea. And if he's not dead, like I said, I don't think he'll let us do that. I'm glad I didn't rent the catapult. Is it legal to launch bodies into the sea? I know they do burials at sea. So why couldn't we catapult one into the sea? Seems to me like that should be possible. I don't know. That was it for the super chats for now. We got one over here from a nominal snowman. He said, are Phil cultists called Philistines? Yes. I do believe they're called Philistines. That was a nominal snowman. Let's see here. Let me get over to my emails. We got an email coming in from Derek Moritz. And as I always say, better more it's than less. And he showed me his magnet collection. It's a little blurry, but you can still make them out here. These are all my magnets. So if you want one of these, go get them. There's even bigger magnets than this now. We got the big car magnets that are big 5-inch by 5-inch squares. But these are the die cut ones, the smaller ones. There's a Wattle one right there. There's the Bring It. Save the 40s. There's the caliber conversion chart. There's also a bigger version of this now, so you can read it better. You can get it in a 5-inch. There's the El Kabang Space Force. One of my favorites, Glockzilla versus King Cobra. One of my favorites of my designs. A lot of people don't get that one. You got to kind of be a Godzilla lover to get that one. He's shoving the tree in the throat of Glockzilla. One of my favorite designs, period, the Willie versus Bruce. The Oh Dear, I now suppose I shall have to use Force from Marvin. Just all kinds of ones over there if you want to go get them. I know how people love their magnets. All right. Where was I? Oh, yep, another one here. Moji522 says, do you have any recommendations on a fanny pack for EDC a Glock 20? Well, a Glock 20 is going to be hard to carry in a fanny pack. That's going to be pretty big. You have to get a big fanny pack, but they make some of them so big. I don't really have a preferred brand of fanny pack. All that matters to me is that it actually have a holster built into it. A lot of people just get fanny packs and stick their guns in. No, get one that has a holster built in. I want to find a shoulder bag that has a holster. You know, one of the ones that holds it vertically and has a little holster in it. But all of them are like, it's like wearing a backpack on your front. I just want like a little bag that's not much bigger than the gun that I can carry a small, like a J-frame in or something. But I have not had any luck finding one. But no, I don't have any particular recommendations, but I mean, just make sure it has a holster built into it. That it's actually an EDC holster. Let's see here. I think I'm all caught up on everything now. Emails and super chats. Now we got an email here from Frank Rodriguez that says plastic cars will still need a smog test in California after lawmakers reject Jay Leno bill. They stopped doing that here. They stopped doing the emissions test. They just raised the price on everything. They got tired of paying. So it's not about the environment. It's not about the environment at all. They were making money off the scheme, the state was, but then it got to where it was costing them money because they had to pay the people who manned the stations. They had to pay for upkeep of the stations and all this other stuff. It got to where they were making very little money off the scheme anymore. So what they did is they closed it down and just doubled everybody's prices for their registrations and stuff. So now it's more expensive to get your stuff and you don't have to pass the clean air stuff. That just goes to show you it was never the environment that was the issue. It was a way to make money, to bring in revenue for the state. Let's see here. I think we're all caught up on emails and super chats. We are. So let's go over here. See if we got anything coming in. The one day I said we're going to try to go from 6 to as long as we can and then start the other one at 7. We're not going to go 20 minutes today, I don't think, because we got almost no questions. Let's see. Where was I? Let's see how far up can I go? Was at a pawn shop today, bought 4 new guns, didn't know Smith made a lever action rifle now, 1854 Marlin 36 kind of clone, seems kind of nice. Well, yeah, they are nice, the Smith and Wesson ones. Odd to see them at a pawn shop so quick, although people make just mistakes. After looking into the Smith lever gun, apparently Henry is maligned now, but the internet gun crowd, supposedly Henry has become shit, according to the forum. People don't listen to people on forums. Most of them are dumber and shit. Although they might have. I haven't bought one in a while, but I haven't seen any decline in Henry guns. Can we do the Shooting Left of Center podcast tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow should be the actual date for it, so I should be doing one tomorrow if I remember. And you're not going to sue them, so what good did the threat do? I was going to sue them. I had every intention of suing them, as I was saying. He's talking about when I threatened to sue YouTube, which is caused them to retaliate against my channel. I was going to sue them, but I got told by 2 different attorney generals and 2 different lawyers that, yeah, you can't sue them. They're above the law. Attorney General, the Assistant Attorney General, I believe it was, of Oregon actually said flat out to me, they're above the law. You can't sue them. They've had special conditions built into the laws to where they won't get in trouble for stuff that they do because they own the politicians. Let's see here. Porthos says, where is I'm a grown-ass man from? An old video? Yeah, it's one of my old videos. It was something I said as a throwaway in one of my videos. I think it was in an outtake even. And people, for some reason, latched onto it. I don't know. That's back when I used to get views. I used to get like 250,000 views every 48 hours. Now I get like 20,000 views every 48 hours. So I'm not even doing as 10th as good as I did when I had like 30,000 subscribers. Got 10 times more subscribers and 1/10 as many views because YouTube is a fucking with my channel. Like I say, I don't know if they're doing it with every gun channel. Doesn't appear to be so because a lot of the gun channels that have less subs than me get tons more views, but they're more about selling products and all this other stuff. So they're more favorable to YouTube. I think it was the threatening to sue them that caused me the main problem and was told I couldn't. I should not have threatened until I knew I could. I like the red inserts, but I accidentally loathe your themed car decals. What's wrong with Venom? Venom's cool. You're not cool. That's why you won't like it, because you're not cool. What version of the Mustang is that? That's the S650. That's the current generation. It's a 2025. The red inserts look like Venom fangs. I didn't even think of that. So that's a good reason to keep them. But right now, they're not even stuck on. They're just sat there. I just sat them there for now to look at them, see if they grew on me. Tonight, I'll take the tape off and put them on. Guy killed his stepson with an ND, claims he thought it wouldn't go off without mag inside. Mag disconnects are dangerous because it possibly caused confusion here. Well, I don't like someone blaming it wasn't warned. I didn't have a warning on the side. But I just don't see a point for mag disconnect himself. Period. Sure, somebody might, but I don't. Phil didn't break Hickok's leg, did he? Did you see that? I did not. Osteoporosis broke Hickok's leg. And if there's a God, karma broke his leg because he is an elitist asshole who does not like most gun owners. I heard it from his own mouth. What is your take on the sport power slap? I mean, if someone says, hey, you know what, I want to get brain damage, far be it from me, stop them. I've watched it. It didn't do anything for me. It was just, there's only so many times I want to watch some big muscle-headed moron or fat guy get slapped in the face in slow motion. Just doesn't. I'd rather watch street beefs where a bunch of rednecks beat on each other. That's better, I think. I mean, I got no problem with power slap, but it does not. I mean, I thought it'd be fun. It's not. It wasn't interesting. It's just too much nothing and then a slap. And then a lot of nothing and then a slap. And the rules, they seem to be very arbitrary in enforcing the laws. Like, they'll call something and then it'll slide for 10 times. And then they'll call it again and then they'll call something else and it'll slide for the, it's just, the calls are very arbitrary. In fact, the other night, one of the few times I was watching the other night, they were showing like, oh, he got called for this. And then they showed the two slaps previous where the same thing happened. They're like, they didn't call it then, so I don't know why they're calling it now. And I'm like, well, that's the whole fucking thing. They do that all the time. Other otter chaos. Do you have an opinion on the Walther PDP? I have never owned one. I think they're very nice guns. I like the way they look. I like the function of them. I like everything about them. I mean, I'm not a striker fired gun fan, but as far as they go, those look like really nice ones. And Walther has a history of making really nice guns. So I have no reason to believe these are any different. The only thing I don't like is how they kept the same recoil assembly for the 4-inch and the 5-inch. So that if you get the 5-inch, you got like an inch deep hole on the front of the gun before you actually see the front of the recoil rod. So, I mean, I don't like that. I don't like that. It looks like there's an extra barrel. I mean, I don't like the way that looks. If you're going to do that, at least make some sort of thing that comes out and covers that when it goes forward, it goes out. But find some way to cover that hole. I don't like that hole. Goddamn hole. Or put a cap or something that comes up and it slides over that cap so that when it's closed, you don't see the hole. You know what I mean? Yeah, Welper will call me gay on the internet, but he has never dared to do it in person. Welper, stop calling Nominal Snowman names. You know he's special. Well, they're both special. Oof. I think we're going to end up with a couple of viewers getting in a slap fight. Neither one of them will get hurt because of their special helmets, but I think they might be going at it here soon. I'd like to schedule that. I'd like to schedule a fight. I'd like to do some, not bum fights, but like Yankee viewer slap fights or something. We could do that. Maybe I'd get some views. Maybe we'd fund the Pets and Vets program. I don't bet on it, but hey, it'd be worth a try. You don't really want her doing hand jobs in the parking lot. She would be encroaching on your business. So I don't do that anymore. I spend more on gas getting there and back. It just wasn't worth it. In Houston, Texas, an 11-year-old boy was shot to death during a ding-dong ditch prank. The man who shot him was an Army vet. It's a very sad story. It's a bad story. Anytime someone shoots a kid who's just doing something normal, we all did as kids, shows that person did not have the faculties to be owning a gun. And it's risky. Freedom is risky, but it makes it hard to be an absolutist. But yeah, you got to stick to your principles. We voted on $30 car tabs in Washington, and we've never gotten them. The politicians screwed us again. Yeah, they did. Which of your 3 guns would you want to have with you if you ever took an RV out to Burning Man Festival? First off, I would never, ever, ever go to the Burning Man Festival. Period. But if I was going to the Burning Man Festival, I'm guessing I'm going there to snipe off a lot of people before I die of a brain tumor or something. I'm trying to do my good for society before I'm gone. So probably something like an AR or something. I can't imagine going to something like that. I've never seen anything from one of those things. Like these big musical festivals. Like what's the big lesbian one? Lesbian Fair or something like that. What's it called? What is it called? It's Lilith Fair. I couldn't imagine going to one of those things. I won't even go to regular concerts if they're in big venues anymore. Like if I'm going to see someone perform, it better be in a small venue. So I either got to catch them on the way up or catch them on the way down. I'm not going to any big venues for nothing. Comedians, musicians, performers, anything. Not in big venues. So definitely not going to something like Burning Man. Why do you prefer hammer-fired pistols over striker? Because striker-fired guns are an inferior design, a riskier design, a less safe design. I would want to have the same guns with me at Burning Man that I'd want to have in a Children of the Corn scenario: 12-gauge shotgun, an AR-15, and a decent semi-auto 40 Smith & Wesson. Well, I mean, I'd have others too, but I'm going to want something that's good, long range, and accurate. Because, like I said, I assume that I'm trying to do my part for humanity before I die of a brain tumor, taking out some of the dregs. And don't worry, as soon as I pull out of there, I'm going to be going to like the Republican National Convention or something, or one of those big mega churches. It's not going to I'm not going to be partisan about it. But that's only if I get an inoperable brain tumor. I don't think anything I have right now is inoperable. Am I already out of questions? I might already be out of questions. Hey, were you in law enforcement for a while? Little while. Very little while. Before I realized, hey, this sucks. I ordered the Ruger Super Red Hawk Alaskan $454 today, asshole. Also, an anonymous snowman's fucking asshole too, by the way. Everybody getting new guns. I ain't got a new gun in a while. Pissing me off. Didn't like the thumb safety on the Smith & Wesson 1894 though. How do they do theirs? Is it a crossbolt? Is it? What is it? I haven't really paid that much attention to it. Tommy gun versus Chris Vector. Do you own either? I do not own a Tommy gun. I've always wanted a Tommy gun, so hopefully someday I'll own a Tommy gun. Maybe we get rid of the NFA and have an automatic Tommy gun. That's one gun I'd buy an automatic. Chris Vector? No. I remember once I went into a booth at SHOT Show in the Chris Vector booth, and the guys in there went, "Hey, Yankee, when you going to buy Chris Vector?" I'm like, when there's nothing else left to buy because they're awful or something to that effect. I don't remember exactly, but it wasn't polite. So I take it you haven't watched K-pop Demon Hunter yet, Yankee? No, I don't watch anime. My son tries to get me to watch anime all the time, and that's one thing I'm adamant about. I won't do that even for my kids. Not watching it, don't like it. They're like, "Who you never know, Tay?" I'm like, I watched Speed Racer when I was a kid. I didn't like that, so I don't like this either. So, 7 new guns in 2 weeks aside from stupid waiting period. Yeah, you suck. You cunt. I'll call you cunt here and up to your face. I'd rather not do it to your face, because that would mean we were like in the same place at the same time. Don't want that. We got one more person, I think, paid their tithe to Phil over here. Everybody go pay your tithe to Phil. If you haven't paid your $2 tithe to Phil, you're a worthless freeloader and you're letting the animals down. So go pay your tithe to Phil. My nose itches. Let's see. What did Mike Santersola say? He paid his $2 tithe to Phil. So he won't be getting Lyme disease. I hope the rest of you fucking get Lyme disease or get your leg broken. Although I don't think Phil had anything to do with that. He doesn't, not really the leg breaker type. He likes to torture people in different ways. Emotionally, he likes to give them diseases that are going to slowly eat away at them. You know, just breaking someone's leg, that's beginner level bullshit. You know, every time I say don't be a freeloader and pay your tithes to Phil, we drop a big chunk of people. Because I'm offended. That's because you're a freeloader. You probably don't give back anything to any of the channels you watch. You just think you deserve the entertainment. Let's see, where are we at? What did he say? Hi, the Yankee Marshal. Why all the empty spaces on the rake? Are you selling some? Oh, rack. No, I just haven't cleaned those ones yet and put them back. Well, actually, I've cleaned them now. I just ain't put them back. So I got to put them back. I filmed a video the other day with them, and I ain't put them back. Got to put them back. Took a bunch of them down to the range and did that. Paul Bidenbach also paid his $2 tithe to Phil. We will not be giving the knife away tonight, by the way, because we ain't got that much more time. And I think 2 entrants, I guess we should say. Hail, Phil. Nothing to say today. Well, at least you paid your tithe, so you're not going to get Lyme disease or your leg broke. Well, not leg broke. Your trailer blown away with your baby in it. Or maybe your jacked up 4-wheeler, the suspension's going to go out. Or maybe you get your windshield shattered on your car. He works in mysterious ways. So if you haven't paid your tithe to Phil yet, pay it. And we'll give you a guarantee. If between now and the next time you come to a chat, you actually get Lyme disease, you'll get your money back. We'll give back every dime of it, possibly minus a small service fee. But otherwise, so if you give 10, you'll get back at least $9, maybe. Well, 8. Let's say 8. If you give just 2, you might not, the service fee might eat that up. But if you give 5, you'll get back probably 3. If you give 10, you'll probably get back around 8. So might as well make sure you go get something back if you get Lyme disease. So go on over there and pay your tithe to Phil. The Pets and Vets program is several $100s in the hole this month. It ain't good. It ain't looking good. Lowest earning month we've had since I started Patreon. Well, I don't make money on YouTube anymore except for super chats. I don't get like advertising money, so I'm demonetized that way. So the only money we make on YouTube really is super chats and YouTube Red. Is they still call it YouTube Red? Is it something else? YouTube Premium now or something like that, where people pay instead of watching videos or watching ads. And I usually make a couple bucks off that. Sometimes like $2 a day. So rolling in nickels, as I like to say. I'm just kidding. I couldn't be nickels. It'd have to be pennies if there's gonna be enough to roll in. But yeah, they don't like me. YouTube doesn't. Why should they be different than everybody else? All right, where were we? Did I get all the questions answered over here? I think we are all out of stuff. I got all the emails. I think I've answered all the super chats. Yep, we've answered all the supers. Let's see, is everything over here answered? Automatic Tommy gun in 38 Super. No, why would anyone buy anything in 38 Super? Have you seen the new pepper ball gun that fires a projectile that bursts into a large powdery cloud? It looks very messy, and you could easily blast innocent bystanders. Well, they shouldn't be standing next to who I'm shooting at. But no, I don't know that I've seen that particular one, but I've seen ones that do that. But Phil already tore my jeans, so I'm okay not paying. No, you're not. You get a reputation as a freeloader, and he don't tear jeans. He'll still give you Lyme disease. And a torn jean is not as bad as Lyme disease. Ask Peter DeBoner. And Justin Bieber. I bet you Justin Bieber's paying his tithes to Phil. Not through me, but I'm sure through his agents or something. But he's trying to get that reversed as quickly as possible. Remember, we will be doing the shooting the shit right after this. So if you want to weigh in on that, you can do so through the YouTube super chat. The topic tonight is, what are your hobbies other than guns and ammo? We got a super sticker here from Bird Doggy. What is it? It is a pear mimicking filleting someone. Okay, I'm not sure I approve of that, but I don't like I don't like fruit-based sexual references. So, not a fan. I don't know about the rest of you. What the rest of you perverts are into, it's not for me. Porthos says, any 40 Smith & Wesson micro or subcompacts you would recommend? Micros or subcompacts? Well, that's going to limit it quite a bit. In fact, it's probably going to limit it to car as far as ones I would recommend in micros and subcompacts. Now, compacts, there are several 40s around that are decent. But as far as micros and subcompacts, car is probably going to be the way to go on that. Now, there are the things like, I think Glock makes one, but I don't care for Glocks. But I don't care for the tiny Glocks. So I would go with the car. The car would be my choice on that. You can get them in metal. You can get them polymer. But yeah, the other guns are pretty big in that, in that caliber. So car would be your best bet, I think. Where am I at? Let's see, we're all caught up. I'm broke. I did pay my Patreon and Subscribe-Star payments. Well, good. Yes, that means you're not a freeloader. I got a split in my fingernail and it won't go away. It's like every time I cut it up to try to close it, it comes back. Well, you're so old and non-threatening, you could say anything to me and I would just ask if you peed yourself and are mad about it. You see how non-threatening I am? It's like my son the other day, like, you're all bark, just because I've never hit him. I'm like, ask around whether I'm all bark or not. Ask the guy whose nose I broke on New Year's Eve. And then I forgot I hadn't told him anything about that. So he said, what? I was like, never mind. And then in front of my other son, my sister mentions it. Actually, her friend mentioned it first, and then she mentioned it. But they're like, that guy you messed up on New Year's Eve. And I was like, geez, I didn't tell the kids about that. Don't tell them when I do things that are just not respectable. I got to keep the moral high ground with these little assholes. So, The P2000 SK and 40 is cool. It is. It's very nice, but I don't think it's actually a micro like he's asking about. It's more like a Glock 26 size. I don't know if I consider that micro or. I mean, I guess it is technically a subcompact, but nowadays people think of little tiny guns when they think of like P365 and stuff. Yeah. Let's see. Am I all caught up with all the questions? I think so. I don't see anything over here. We got something over here from Officer Tater Hater. He said, Izzo said he would not help a cop in need to subdue because he never once needed that help when he was a cop. Brian from Here's the Deal said we should. This is the only time I disagree with him so far. That's a really tough subject, actually, whether you would help a cop apprehend a subject. It's hard because I can't honestly say if I see a cop apprehending someone that they're in the right to do so. And I don't want to help a cop violate somebody's civil rights. Also, I'm like, don't fight with police on the side of the road. Don't fight with police. Just wait till your day in court, because even if you're right, if they're arresting you for a ridiculous reason, some sort of grudge reason, you get in front of the judge and he goes, it says here, you kicked the cop in the face and then you ran and then you attacked him and all this stuff. Well, you're going to get in trouble for all that. They're not even going to worry about what he stopped you for. So don't fight on alongside the road. But like I said, would I get involved? It would have to be something very specific circumstances, because I would have to know that this isn't going to come back on me. Because I know a case of someone in Morgantown, West Virginia, back when I was younger. Cops were trying to arrest someone. He pulled over alongside the road. And when he saw it, these like three guys were fighting two cops. He pulled off alongside the road, started helping the cops subdue the one guy. Well, one guy ran away and ended up the cops arrested him. They pulled him off at the end, and even though he was helping them, handcuffed him and arrested him for interfering in a police business. So I don't think I'd want to put myself at the risk, to be honest. We also got weighing in here from Don Googly Goo. And he said, paid my tithe, and tithes for freeloaders. Come on, freeloaders, pay your share. Lyme disease is awful, so I hear, but I wouldn't know since I pay my tithe. See, he don't get Lyme disease. I hope all of you, hope every one of you that doesn't pay your tithe gets Lyme disease. Now, does that sound, I mean, I bust my ass for this stuff. I come on here every day. I do videos most of the time. I mean, not only this video, I actually go out and film stuff and do other videos, give you opinions and everything. Nobody watches them anymore, but I do it. And this is the thanks I get. People won't even help with the Pets and Vets program. I lost so many subs this week because the first rolled around and people realized they were still subscribed on Patreon. So I lost, what was it, 20? 20 subs I lost overnight on Patreon. 6 on Subscribestar. I'm down under 100 subscribers on Subscribestar now. 92 or 96, actually, not 92. It was 102 and went to 96. So just collapsing. No views. Well, and a lot of people quit because they think I've stopped making videos because they don't see them. YouTube just does not notify them. And no matter what you do, they say you got to do this and that and this. No matter if they put you on the restricted list, very few people actually see it. I think if you skip like 2 videos that you don't watch, they stop recommending my videos. That's what I was told by someone on Reddit. That even if you're diehard fans, if they skip 2 videos, well, YouTube will stop recommending it if you're a restricted channel. So jerks. Let's see here. Where am I? Why am I sitting here with my legs crossed? I know you all can't see, but I'm sitting here like a lady. Very, very proper looking. I don't want anybody seeing up the skirt. But I don't know why I ended up sitting like that, but I was. Let's see here. Where are we at? Make sure I've got all the emails and everything all caught up. We got one more person weighing in over here. Christian Carlson. See, it's all the regulars. If there's like 10 people that aren't here, we just don't do nothing. It takes the regulars to get. No, and then he said 38 Super. That's all he said. No, 38 Super is horrible. It's evil. 38 Super is the worst. Yeah, it's bad. Don't. No 38 Super. Stop it. Let's see. What was I talking about? I don't remember what I was talking about. Let's see here. Oh, 38 Super. He threw me off with the 38 Super crap. Let's see here. I don't see any more emails coming in. I think the last one was from Frank Rodriguez. Are there any more super chats coming in? It looks like there is. Let's see. Ticks can detect animals' heat patterns from 100 yards away. I wonder if these ticks can detect that a possum is about to eat them from that far back. Well, I don't know if they can tell a possum from other animals. If they knew it was possum, they probably wouldn't go near them. It's one thing possums love, it's eating ticks. They love it. It's like an obsession with them. Let's see here. One of my ex-girlfriends called me a coward because I wouldn't hit her after she hit me. I just didn't want to go to jail. Well, that's why you punch in the stomach and you don't leave a mark. These amateur idiots that like, oh, my girlfriend punched me in the face, so I punched her. What? That's going to leave a mark. And if there's a marker, you're going to jail. They're going to take her side. You let them beat you up pretty good, and then you haul off and give them a good punch either in the diaphragm or the baby maker. Either punch them in the vag or the diaphragm, just boom, double them over on the floor. They'll puke. They'll do those kinds of things. But by the time police get there, there's not a mark on them. You're all scratched up. So you just cry and say, oh, she beats me and I try not to fight back and I can't fight back because she's a girl and blah, blah, blah. And then she goes to jail. I swear to God, you people don't think things through. Just whoop, right in the diaphragm or the baby maker, and they'll rethink their actions. They won't be hitting you no more. That's for sure. Will this get my video pulled down? Probably. Like I said, they've taken down nearly 100 of my videos in the last 48 hours. My video count's just. Luckily, I got a lot of videos, and luckily, I don't always use the same opening. I've had different openings over the years, so it seems to be affecting mostly those ones with those openings. But then again, the one that got deleted today, I don't think had that opening. I had linked it to another video. It was the one where I installed the binary trigger into that AR, and I linked it to the video I did today, and within 5 minutes, they had sent me an email saying they deleted that video I linked to. I wonder if anybody noticed that. I wonder if the link is still in the video. Anybody watch the video today? Is the link still there to the video, but then you go and it says the video's gone, or did it just take the whole link away? I'm not risking my safety for an institutional oppressor. Fuck the police. Fuck the popo. That's how you most say that. Fuck the popo. The way I say it. I saw a cop getting pummeled and trying to take his gun, and the cop was what? If you saw a cop getting pummeled and was someone trying to take his gun, and the cop was truly in danger. Well, I mean, what am I going to do? Shoot the other guy and then go to jail because I shot someone who was fighting with a cop and I can't prove he was reaching for his gun? Nah, that cop took risks when he put that uniform on, and chances are these days he's an asshole. So I don't feel the need to risk my safety or my freedom for him. If you can't handle a perp, don't be a cop. I think that might be it. Let's see. Let me make sure we're caught up over here. Christian Carlson was the last one. He still is. Make sure we're caught up on the emails. We are. Make sure none of the ones over here are. Is this a dating profile chat? Is that a? I don't think that's a. I think that's for this chat. It says, Johnny Mandrick says, is this a dating profile channel now? Reading science papers and messing with Twitch streamers. Oh, wait, that might be for the after chat. Because I think that might be his hobby, reading science papers and messing with Twitch streamers. What's a Twitch streamer? What is a Twitch streamer? I don't understand part of that because I don't know what a Twitch streamer is. Oh, someone left a comment on my video from yesterday saying, boy, this channel talks about stuff most gun channels don't talk about. I was like, well, yeah, it's because we ain't most gun channels. I ain't trying to cultivate some sort of macho bullshit persona or act like I'm some sort of operator or try to be I'm a correspondent to the people for the gun industry. No, I don't do any of that shit. We just talk. Let's see here. I thought I saw an email come in, but it didn't come in here. So, oh, someone joined Patreon. Porthos became a Patreon member. Thank God we could use some Patreon members. Now, if just 20 more of you do that, we'll be ahead for the month. Go join Patreon. Just $2 a month is all you got to do. Won't kill you. Won't kill you at all. Cheap bastard. You know how many people I've subscribed to? We give $1,100 a month to other channels. I could cancel that and it wouldn't be short this month, but I think that's one of the more important programs. I think of the programs we do, the Voices program is one of the important programs. And I think we ignore it, but I think it's very important. And I think it encourages people to be involved and support channels. Keep voices on the internet, because let's face it, right now, if you're not making money, and the people that are really should be heard are the ones that aren't making money. And the only way they're going to make money and make it worth the shit they go through with YouTube are the ones that get a little bit of support on Patreon. If they're trying to run programs like we run, or if they're trying to just cover their expenses for, having a camera and sitting there and spending their time doing this for people, that Voices program actually promotes that. And I don't think a lot of other people appreciate that program is important. That's why I don't cancel it, because I can't sit here in good conscience and say, support the channels, the pro-gun channels, especially voices you think should be heard, and maintain our presence on the internet to where it isn't just corporate shills and all this other stuff. I can't sit here and say that if I don't do it myself. So I donate out of my own pocket, and we donate out of the YouTube fund. We donate over $1,000. We donate about $1,000 out of the joint YouTube thing. And then I donate about 150 of my own money every month. But 20 of that's to Jim Cornette. And then there's some to, who is it I'm supporting on? I support Jim Cornette, Stevie Richards, and there's a couple more, but they're car channels I'm members of. And I know they make bank, but I still support them because I watch their videos. It's like, what's the name of the channel I watch all the time? It's got Yuri and not Throttle House. Good Lord, why am I blanking on their channel name? It's car channel. Two guys, Yuri and his buddy. Straight Pipes. Why was I blanking on Straight Pipes? Like I'm a patron of Straight Pipes, and they make bank. I mean, they're making tons of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. But I don't say, well, they don't need my money. They make money. I go, I partake of their content. I watch that. That is something that I like to watch, and I like being there, and it gives me a little joy in my life. So I pay to be a member of their channel so that, I show my appreciation. I'm not some fucking freeloader. Fucking freeloaders. Let's see here. Where were we at? Oops, I got signed out. Hold on. I can't tell if I'm up on that. I'm up on all of our super chats. We haven't gotten any new emails other than the Well, someone weighed in on my post online. Let's see. Did we get anything over here? Yeah, police are trained to deal with those situations. They don't need my help. Well, they might need it, but I don't know if I'm willing to give it. That's the difference. Twitch is a live streaming platform for video gamers. Well, no wonder I don't know what it is. I don't play video games. I got better things to do in my life than play video games. I just don't understand. I got one of my best friends who's a couple years older than me, plays video games all the fucking time. Like all the time. I'm like, he's got free time. He's playing video games. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with your life? Don't you got stuff to do? Go do it. Don't play video games all the time. You're playing video games with 12-year-olds. So fucking stop. That should tell you something. When he's like, most of the people online are like 18 or less. I'm like, well, then stop. You don't belong there. That's weird. Ask Zyler or Caden about Twitch. Ask them if you can peep their skibidi rizzlers getting mogged on Twitch. I'm not saying any of those words. I don't like them. I don't understand them, and I refuse to acknowledge them. Local police have help from the feds and the National Guard. They don't need civilians butting in, especially when they get attacked by migrants. I don't think I'd get involved in any ICE shit. Those aren't even police. I'm like, let them do their best. If they manage to take a few of them down. Like, I don't like people being here illegally, period. I'm not a fan of that. I think I've made myself very clear in that through the years. I'm not one of these people that like, anybody who wants to be here should be allowed to be here. No, we got a society to maintain. You can't do that. I do believe in work visas. I believe in immigration legally, etc., that people should have a right to come here and at least have an opportunity to come here if you can prove yourself to be of value to the country. You know, you're not just going to be, well, I want to come to America and be on welfare forever. No, then you don't get to come. But if you're like, I'm a carpenter and I want to come to America and work hard and support my family, more power to you. Come on in. But if you're here illegally, then I got a problem with that. Now, if you're not hurting nobody, I don't have as much problem with it. If you're a criminal, I got a big problem with it. So I'm all for going and rounding up illegal immigrants, gang members, etc., that are criminals and getting them out of the fucking country. Unfortunately, that's not who ICE goes after. They go to workplaces. They go to immigration hearings at courthouses, etc. So they get the best of the people that are here illegally instead of going after the bad guys. And they don't go after the bad guys because that's dangerous. You've seen these ICE yahoos that are out in the streets trying to round people up and not being that good at it, even though they're 10-to-1 ratio of agents to people they're trying to round up, and they still fucking fail. So imagine what that'd be like if they had to bust into a warehouse with 30 armed gang members in it. They'd all be dead in 5 seconds. So they don't bother. Same reason the police don't go after the cartels. We know there's huge cartel presence up in Washington, up between here and Seattle, huge cartel presence. It's one of the only places where 38 Super sells well. But do the police go after them? No, it's dangerous. They fight back, and they're well armed, and they know how to fight. So they don't go after them. That would just be killing police officers. They'd lose some, even if they were successful, they would lose some officers. So they don't want to do it. They won't do it. The union doesn't even allow it. Too dangerous of an operation. What's this? Did you see, this is from J Pill 1978. Did you see Sign of the Times on IMAX? I did not. And I haven't. I would kind of like to, but I don't go to the movies. I just don't do it anymore. I don't like it. It's expensive as fuck. Every time we go to the movies, it's $100. And I'm like, and plus, when I go to the movies, I eat peanut M&Ms, and I shouldn't do that because they make my tongue and my mouth numb. So I'm developing a peanut allergy, so I probably shouldn't do that. But yeah, I don't go to the movies. Now, I did say the other day say I'd like to go down to Camas. If you're familiar with the Camas area in Washington, it's a really nice little downtown area, kind of quaint. It's got that small town America feel. And they've got a little theater there called the Liberty Theater. And I'm like, I would go there to watch a movie. But I'm not going to any of these big multiplexes or anything. There's too many fucking people. I don't like parking my car in a lot with hundreds of other people. I don't trust people. I don't like them. I mean, that's one of the worst things with this country, people. If we didn't have as many people, I think this place would be a lot nicer. I think it was not, I don't want it to go back in time to when there was less people, because there was also you died of cholera at the age of 13. So I don't want to go back to that time, but I would like to live in modern times with all the modern conveniences, but just like half as many people. And then that way they can stay farther away from me. If that makes me antisocial, well, then I'm antisocial, but I don't think it does. I think it just makes me discerning. All right, we are done. I'm caught up with everything, I do believe, and we need to move on to, did I get this, Michael Santorsola? I think I did. I heard that New York City Mayor Adams is going to throw in the towel. That's a good start. I don't know much about him. Now, if the maniacal loser Como dropped out, that would be great. I don't know. I heard something about the guy that's running is like a really radical leftist or something. I don't know. I don't live in New York, so I don't have much hope for New York, so I don't pay a lot of attention to it, but apparently it's a mess. But thanks, everybody, for coming today. Thanks, everybody, for weighing in. Unfortunately, we didn't get enough entries to give away the knife. We'll try again tomorrow. I want to thank everybody for weighing in on questions. Thanks, everybody, for keeping the conversation going. We actually managed to talk for an hour almost, mainly because I babbled a lot. But thanks to everybody who did support the channel. We need it now more than ever. And I always keep saying, unfortunately, I wish don't have to say that. I hope next month I can say we need it, but not as much as we needed it last month. That would be nice if I could say that for a change. But thanks, everybody, for everything you do for the channel. It is appreciated. I will see y'all later. Stick around for the Shooting the Shit with Yankee episode, which we will do here in just a second. But otherwise, I hope to see everybody again tomorrow. Till then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again.